Jay Choppy told me when we first started about 15 years ago that Darren Woodson be a top 3 person that we ever interviewed, and it has held true. And he's sitting down with us now here at the Super Bowl in New Orleans, 105.3 The Fan. What's up, man? Good to see you again.
Man, it's great to see. I've never seen Chop. Man, how long has it been?
Tell everyone the compliment you gave him.
Couple years
this
now?
is the worst thing you could have said to him when you first saw him.
I told him he looked good. Last time I saw Chop, he didn't look good. But this time around, Chop looked great, man.
He's been working out.
I had a time my eyeballs were fat at one point.
Like my buddy the other day. My buddy the other day came and visited me from college. Choppy goes, I know he's got sleep apnea.
Yeah.
I said, damn, you drink your eyes so swollen face. I said, man, that's how you can tell. That's how people are trying to judge Luka now. They're like judging the face.
Hey, no, I've been gone.
Shocked?
We've been on a company retreat since Sunday morning, and I've been out of Dallas with all our team. So we've been kind of lost to the news.
Yeah.
Hearing it from I still haven't been home yet. Back to Dallas.
Wow.
And it hit me like a rock to hear that Luka was gone.
Did you know him at all?
I didn't know. I've never met Luka at all. I've been a huge fan. I'm a Mavs fan, all down dirty there. But I've never met him personally. Just felt like he was, 25, 26? Yeah, 25 years old.
Was there ever a trade you can remember
None.
while playing or that you covered at ESPN that, it shook the walls of the place?
When Jimmy left in '93, after winning back-to-back championships.
Yeah, we know. We know the story.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he left.
You know what I'm going here?
We know
Yeah, you know what I'm going. Okay, so that's the only time the wall shook. Outside of that, I don't care. Just nationally, I've never seen or felt the reverberations of this trade like the way I felt this one. And this is unbelievable.
They kept saying he didn't love the gym, didn't love to work out, or whatever, right? Is that where you have to have your top dog, your top leader, be the gym rat, and it's not? It's really tough to check somebody who's the best on the team.
So do we know that personally, or is that what the narrative is?
That's a smear campaign.
That's the smear campaign.
Yeah, your guy needs to be the guy. Your guy, whoever your guy is, and I'll give you an example. So playing in the 90s, I came in and I watched a dude in number 8 show up every day with his lunch pail. Early in the morning, late, and staying late. Like, I just watched the dude be a professional every single day of his life. And he didn't have to be. He just, Troy Aikman just wanted to win. And I felt like as a young guy coming in at 22 years old, I watched Troy. I watched Tony Tolbert, Daryl Johnston show up every single day, early, stay late, do all the little things, do how to be a professional, and I just fell in line, right? So if you're a guy like Luka, you have to be the dude. Even though you don't want it, you may not want it, you are the franchise. So if the goal is to ultimately win championships, you better fall in line.
We're asking every Cowboy. We asked Moose yesterday, more stunning, Luka or Schottenheimer?
Luka.
It is Luka.
Hands down. Luka.
But Schottenheimer, pretty stunning.
Pretty stunning. Stunning. There was I thought they were going to go outside the walls.
That would have required effort.
But I don't want to get into this. But,
would you rather talk about Hall of Fame or Jerry?
Look, I know he's inside the walls. There's some trust there. There's not a whole lot of turnover. I can understand, in the situation of why they wanted to keep it the same. I just didn't. I felt like there was opportunities that were out there that they possibly could have went after. But
who was a guy outside where you were
the guy,
that would fit?
Look, I think the hot guy was the two guys in Detroit, Aaron Glenn and Ben Johnson with the two hot names. But again, like who knows if you're going to miss on that, man? You just never know.
There's no guarantee.
There's no guarantees. Yeah.
And I don't have a problem with them not hiring either one of those guys, but the fact that they didn't even seem like they were in contention at all. They were even
at least talk to them.
That leads me to think here. Okay, so with Coach McCarthy, you guys may know more than I do on this, right?
Bobby.
So was McCarthy planning on staying and then changed his mind, and it was when he changed his mind, was it too late
and
for them to?
The way the timeline worked out, they were, by the time they had moved, they divorced with McCarthy. It was like the day of the final opportunity to interview the Detroit guys, and then they wound up losing, and then I think Ben Johnson got hired the next day.
Yeah, they weren't. I mean, they weren't going to hire Ben Johnson though.
Right.
That was because I mean it's. And a lot of it that you
and
hear
he wasn't
was
going to come here.
Yeah, a lot of it what you hear is that Ben Johnson kind of understood Cowboys probably not a fit, and Cowboys felt like, Ben Johnson probably not a fit too. It's funny though because Schottenheimer talked all about culture, and you guys were just discussing the whole player leadership and how that goes. So Nate Newton had talked about this with us that Troy Aikman, he said that he didn't become a Pro Bowler until he saw Troy Aikman work every day. Because he saw Troy work every day, and he went, I don't want to let that guy down. That's what it's about for me now. When Schottenheimer's talking about culture, can that only really be established if there's player culture leadership?
Absolutely.
Going down to the bottom?
Going down. It's got to go downhill, right? It's got to be – your players have to buy in to the culture. And I can tell you, with Jimmy, it was easy because, Michael Irvin had spent a lot of time with him. Troy was really tight with him. I was not – look, Jimmy came in. I always felt like Jimmy didn't like me because all he did was, he called me every MF – name in the book, right? As a young player, right? Because I'm just a baby. Every mistake I made was just, he's putting his thumb on it. So I didn't think he liked me, but I did see the respect that he had for Troy, Michael Irvin, who to this day, I don't know if anybody worked harder than Mike, showed up every damn day. And you had a culture of guys who truly believed in one guy, in Jimmy, and how he was going to build this team. And then they finally get there to the championship. And so everyone fell in line, including self. Man, I just wanted to win championships because that's all we talked about.
Do you believe in if they don't coach you hard, it's that they know that you don't have more in you?
Oh, yeah, dude. If you ain't getting cussed out or yelled at, that's a problem.
Do you think?
No, seriously.
Yeah.
If you're not getting yelled at in practice by the coach, I tell my kids the same thing. If coach is not yelling at you, you're on the bubble because he knows that you're an average player But if he's yelling at you, he's trying to coach you up.
Darren Woodson here on The Fan. Do you think it was time for a change from Mike, and what's missing? What do you think is missing?
I don't know. Look, it's hard. I'm not in the locker room anymore, and it's hard for me to assess the locker room and to make pass judgment on a locker room that I don't, I'm not there to see. I can tell you this. I watch this team play every game, and how you can be a really judge if the team is really continuing to play hard is just watch the special teams. Just watch the special teams. Those dudes ran down the field every damn play. Regardless if they were winning, losing, they ran down the field. They covered punts. They did all those. They played with excitement. I think they're talent-wise, I think they're depleted talent-wise because they came into the offseason and they didn't really go out and get anybody, right?
Yeah.
So and a lot of their players got hurt throughout the season. But when those third-string, fourth-string guys came on the field, they played extremely hard. So I thought that McCarthy didn't lose the locker room. Didn't feel like he lost the locker room.
No.
So I didn't know what the reason was or why, they were going to make a change from McCarthy. I felt like they could get healthy next year, maybe go out in free agency, which they never do. They go out in free agency and grab a few guys here and there. But, they were still on the right track. And it's not like McCarthy just forgot how to coach.
Right.
Like, I'm sorry, dude. He just didn't forget how to coach.
All right, I'm dying to know your thought process in coming out here with all this Hall of Fame stuff. I remember last year, I was heartbroken. You walked in, and I think the news that I can't remember the time. Is today supposed to be the day you found out?
Yeah.
And it was like the night before, the negative news, and you walked in solo, and we all just wanted to go hug you.
Yeah.
So I was like, is Darren Woodson going to possibly subject himself to that again? Take us through. Did you go back and forth on coming out here? Because you're getting asked about 5,000 times.
Yeah. Yeah, it's hard, man. It really is because, I played the game because I wanted to win championships, but I also played the game for legacy as well. Like, you just don't show up every day and do all the things that you do and sacrifice and not want to win at every level. And I think, for most of my life of what I've had to go through in most of my life, I've had to go through a lot to get to the success, right? So, going from as a kid in high school and college and then in the NFL winning championships and then starting a business and then, getting acquired through there's so many things that I've accomplishments that I've made, but you have to lay that groundwork in to get it. I want this. It's not so much that it's just the icing on the top. It's something that I've always been a part of. It's just been in my mind to be one of the best that's ever done and be recognized as one of the best. So I want to be a Hall of Famer. Is it going to break me? No.
So
tomorrow what's going to happen?
Yeah.
You know what's going to happen tomorrow, Sean? I'm going to get my ass. If I get in or if I don't, my ass is going to get up in the morning.
There you go.
Go to work.
That's right. So like some guys will say it. They may not believe it, but they may say it. Like after a while, they just stop thinking about it. Like it just doesn't change their
That's
life.
A lie.
Is that
That's a lie? That's a lie.
Yes.
No, you always think about it. Because your peers people are always reminding you about it as well, right? And even if you don't even try to put your name in the hat, your name's in the hat, and and it's still a competition. It's still you become a finalist. Now you become a semifinalist, and you're watching. You're watching because my mom's watching. My 8-year-old boy who never saw me play. I had a late son, right? So he's watching, thinking, "Hey, you need to get in there," and blah blah blah. And that's it. You're always reminded. So it's not like you're just oblivious to what's going on.
So how does today play out? Is there time blocked out? When are you supposed to find out one way or do they call you and say? Like,
they call you.
You got it scheduled out today?
Yeah, we got it scheduled out today. So
what time do you think around you'll find out?
6, 7.
6, 7?
Yeah.
All right. All the best. We love you. Let's talk about Choctaw. I've said this multiple times on the show, and they don't give me any money. They might give the station. I don't get paid for it. Whoever does those daggone Choctaw commercials is great.
Oh, they are.
Who is the creative editing team?
Erica is the mind over there, the marketing side, but they have so many good partners, not only in-house but third-party partners. Look, I know a lot more about Choctaw because for the last 8 years, I've been driving up 75 with the family. I saw when the new resort came up, and it's non-smoking resort. I've sat in that pool,
They added the new
pool.
Oh, my in-laws living there.
The amenities are spectacular, and not only that, but I'm going to concerts. I'm sending friends up there to go to concerts.
They got a
great
steakhouse.
It's a phenomenal place, and it's one of those things that you're used to going to Vegas to get that kind of treatment, that casino gaming treatment, but all I'm doing is driving 45, 50 minutes up 75 and getting exactly what I want instead of getting on a flight to go to Las Vegas.
In case y'all did not know, you haven't seen the signs and everything or no, he's a real estate mogul now. Darren Woodson. What's the market like? Tell the tolos who are looking. Is it hot? Is it cold? Do we wait?
We're getting there. Rates are still high, but we're getting there.
Okay.
We're getting there. The industrial side's starting to pick up, so Cressa's my team, and we're working.
All right.
He's a mogul.
We always love having you. You're one of the best that there ever was and is. We love talking to you.
Appreciate you guys.
Enjoy and good luck the rest of the day.
Thank you.
Enjoy
guys.
the weekend,
Appreciate
brother.
it. Oh, yeah.